I'm on fire today because I thought I was gonna hop on here, film a quick video comparing and contrasting a Holy Grail hydrating moisturizer to another brand, competitors head to head. Let's talk about ingredients, formulations, textures, performance, demographics that would be suited to these. A few minutes before getting on here, I go online, fact check a few things, writing out my notes, talking points, what I'm gonna say to you guys, skin barrier and all those things. Let me tell you, these brands, they're gonna have your head spinning. They have made things so complicated, confusing. It is like the Where's Waldo of where is my cream that I want to buy again. Like, this is going to be the cream buying dance. You've got everything behind a cage nowadays. If you go shopping in the store, you are going to be so confused. What are we even talking about today? We're talking about hyaluronic acid gels, moisturizing gels. You guys know I'm a huge, long-standing fan of Neutrogena's Hydra Boost moisturizers. Now they've got a water gel, which I'm holding up here, and a water cream, fragrance-free. We'll get into the deets on that. But I saw Olay has this hydrating gel moisturizer. Hydrate and plump hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is a humectant. It helps improve water content in skin's outermost layer, and the outcome of using it is hydrated skin. Simple, period, point blank. And you may say, okay, great, what does that do for me? What does it not do for you? It has a trickle-down effect. The skin barrier can resume business as usual. The enzymes there need that water to operate properly with age, with environmental aggressors, certain underlying skin conditions. Barrier turnover can get all wonky. And you get buildup of dry, rough skin texture, and people are like, oh, gotta exfoliate, need a mask, need to peel, need to do. Simply moisturizing consistently will do a lot. It will ultimately improve barrier function, reducing irritation, burning, stinging, and helping your skin better overall hold on to water. Now, mind you, if you don't get along with it, fine. This video is not for you because these are hyaluronic acid moisturizers. The Olay Hydrate and Plump, of course, features hyaluronic acid. Now, recently, I visited Procter & Gamble headquarters. They invited me out there. This video is not sponsored. I bought this myself, okay? They have no idea I'm making this video. But they invited me out there, test and trans epidermal water loss left and right. And let me tell you what I learned. They are like the OGs, at least in the US market, for putting niacinamide and stuff. This has niacinamide. Niacinamide is a B vitamin. It's great for reducing dark spots because it interrupts the transfer of pigment packets from the melanocytes to neighboring keratinocytes, and it also helps calm down redness, fight oxidative stress, and in the case of people seeking moisturized skin, helps improve skin barrier function. And I have to say, Procter & Gamble, they've done quite a bit of research behind how to formulate niacinamide into products so that it gets into the skin. I learned a whole lot. So really impressed with that, but I'm pointing that out because some of you guys don't get along with niacinamide. Some of you find it burns and stings, you don't like it. This one's got niacinamide. Speaking of B vitamins, it's also got panthenol. Panthenol is very moisturizing, soothing, a great ingredient. Dimethicone and glycerin. Glycerin's another humectant. But I'll tell you what this is not, okay? And here is where I almost had to call up the doctor and be like, I think I'm going to need to go on some kind of blood pressure pill because my face is about to explode and I don't have hypertension. They have made this so dang confusing. So when I bought this off of their storefront on Amazon, one of the things that compelled me to try this was this marketing around the fact that this particular moisturizing jar, this jar of moisturizer, they were claiming is a new recyclable eco jar, 2 ounces of product versus 1.7. So cheaper. If you go on this page where I bought this from their storefront, so this is Olay, they have the option to buy the smaller jar. Who's gonna do that? Who's gonna buy the 1.7 ounce jar for more money than the 2 ounce jar? No one's gonna do that, okay? But let me tell you, you are buying something different. And here is what I had to learn by doing a lot of digging. This product is not the same as what was in that 1.7 ounce jar. The 1.7 ounce jar, listen to this. The 1.7 ounce jar is the Hyaluronic Hydrate Plump Refresh. Yeah, refresh, okay? No word about refresh here, and you're like, why are you getting so triggered about the word refresh? Because there is a little deet that is missing in all of this, and that is the refresh, which actually also calls itself ultra light and refresh. Why am I getting so annoyed by these words? Maybe they just took them out to be more eco-friendly, less ink. No. They're different. Why? Well, let me tell you what I discovered. The Refresh, the Ultralight, has palmitoyl pentapeptide 4. Okay, Penta means 5, lysine, threonine, lysine, serine, plus a doodly-doo. The palmitoyl doodly-doo allows it to get into the skin a little bit more efficiently. Procter & Gamble has actually, this is a peptide, okay? It's a peptide that is in the Ultralight Refresh that's not in this, but they're making it seem as though this is the same thing, only in a recyclable packaging, and you get 0.3 ounces more of product. And you're like, oh yeah, more product, less money, sign me up. Recyclable jar? Sure. Eco-friendly. If you believe in this peptide, which I've got to tell you guys, peptides, you know, they're kind of a loosey-goosey territory, right? A lot of like hand waving. Do they do anything? Do they not? Procter & Gamble actually has put in quite a bit of research into this peptide, something they've worked on for a long, long time. And you'll find papers, even a randomized controlled trial with comparing this peptide to topical application of tretinoin 0.02. And they showed that this peptide versus tretinoin, same results after, what was it, 24 weeks, which is a decent amount of time to be using these ingredients. Comparable in terms of improving the appearance of wrinkles, age spots, skin firmness. What was the other thing? For improving wrinkles around the eyes. Yeah, wrinkles around the eyes. The reason I was so frustrated with this is because the peptide is pretty cool. And if you've been using a moisturizer that has a peptide in it, maybe the peptide is offering something to you, and then you buy this, you assume it's the same thing based on what they're telling you. It does not have the peptide. Maybe you notice a difference, maybe you don't. Or maybe you're just in the dark, but they're not the same. And this is what frustrates me about Olay and many other brands, is that you go in, and I've railed against this in numerous Shop With Me videos. I'll always sneer about this. You go in and it's like a sea of jars with some words on the front. It's gotten to the point where you don't know what moisturizer you're buying. They have so many, and they just make these little tweaks here and there. And the packaging, the name, so eerily similar that unless you are keeping a full-on diary, a journal, writing every ingredient from the list down, taking a notebook with you, then calling over the store clerk, waiting around for 20 minutes for them to come and unlock the Olay, you're gonna go on Amazon, you're gonna buy this, and yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah, we'll get into how it performs, but it's just not the same product. Especially since they claim it's the same proven results, but with 16% more product in every jar. This product is nice. It's a nice facial moisturizer, fragrance-free, which I appreciate. It's very hydrating, it's very soothing. It does what it claims to do, it moisturizes, but it does feel a little filmy on the skin surface, which is a complaint I have had for years. Many of them that I have tried, they just kind of have this filmy feel on the surface of the skin. I don't know if it's something to do with the amount of glycerin they put in, because glycerin is a great ingredient. I'm not sure if I'm correct on this, that the glycerin, the way you put it in and what you mix it around in, can make or break the way a product feels, because glycerin's sticky and it doesn't have great spread. So I don't know if it's that or just the overall formulation. This does feel a bit filmy. And if you're going to use this, it's going to be a nighttime moisturizer. Why? Good luck putting sunscreen on over it, because you're going to be pilling and pilling and pilling. It's going to get up in your hair, make it look like you have dandruff. I'm speaking from experience because this happened to me. Happened to me, and I had to, don't even get me started on what I had to do. Don't even get me started on what I had to do. I had to use a makeup wipe. Yeah, a makeup wipe, because here it is, like a couple hours after I've done my morning skincare routine, and I'm fixing to head out the door. I look over and I've got all this snow of balls of moisturizer, sunscreen going up in my hair. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to wash my whole face. I had to get a makeup wipe that stuff off. It did work well. Put on some more sunscreen so I'm not going out and annihilating my, yeah, it was a disaster. Hydro Boost water gel. All right, before I get into Hydro Boost water gel, Neutrogena, not as bad as Olay as far as having 900 jars that look pretty similar and you're not sure what you're buying. But they dip their toes on into the confusion market as well. For example, this product, you've got the water gel, fragrance-free, which I'm holding up here. You also have the water cream, fragrance-free, and you have a water gel, I believe, with fragrance, and you also have a product that has sunscreen in it, so it can get very confusing, like how do these differ, like what am I buying here? But we're going to talk about this one because it is a gel cream, fragrance-free. They do make one with fragrance, so again, got to come in with the a notebook, all right? Got to come in with the diary and make sure you get the right one. So this product, you know, was reformulated a couple of years ago into two products, the water gel and the water cream. It used to be the Hydro Boost gel, fragrance-free gel cream extra dry, you know, more confusing names. So when they reformulated it, they basically have the water gel texture and the water cream. The water gel is a lot more lightweight, but I love this, especially for the summer months, because it is a pretty lightweight moisturizer, but does what it's supposed to do. Provides really good hydration and keeps the skin moisturized for a good long while. Like, they claim 48 hours, and I believe that. I've been to Neutrogena headquarters and I've done the transepidermal water loss testing on myself with this product, and so it really does do the trick, as do the Olay products. All right, they're gonna help reduce transepidermal water loss, and so that's great. It has glycerin, hyaluronic acid, of course, no niacinamide. Okay, so for those of you who are niacinamide sensitive, hopefully you haven't clicked out at this point being like, well, that Olay thing is off the shelf, I don't even know why I'm here. This does not have niacinamide. As a side note, I have noticed that Neutrogena does not really go along with the niacinamide crowd. I'm sure you can find products from Neutrogena that have niacinamide, but I've noticed they pretty much are the go-to brand for offering a good array of options. Let me tell you, they got options that do not have niacinamide. So if you're niacinamide sensitive, lean into Neutrogena, because they typically are not pumping that into everything. If you're sensitive to it, it bothers you. Amino acids, which are part of skin's natural moisturizing factors, help with that water retention as well. And this is where the Neutrogena one for me is like, sign me up. What do I need to bring to the potluck? Because this is really where I RSVP yes. It's the urea. Urea is part of skin's natural moisturizing factors. It's super hydrating, easy to tolerate, and it helps not only to improve skin smoothness, softness, great for rough and bumpy skin, but it also helps to very gently, mildly exfoliate, especially in a product like this where it's not at a high percentage as you might find in a urea foot cream, for example. Very, very different, much more keratolytic in those formulations, very intense for the face. Don't be careful with foot creams putting them on your face. You can get a lot of irritation. Fragrance free. Also has dimethicone, great for reducing water loss. This is an excellent option for a facial moisturizer for the summer months in particular, because it is a lot more lightweight. More lightweight than that. I have never gotten pilling putting sunscreen on over this. Pilling is like the little balls rolling up that end up in your hair and make you look a mess. Sunscreen rolls up like that. Guess what it's not doing? Protecting you from ultraviolet radiation. That's what it's not doing. So I had to dip on into a makeup wipe. That's how bad it was. This I've never had that issue with. This nor the water cream. The textures look a little similar, but the feel is completely different between the Olay and the Neutrogena. The Neutrogena, you feel almost like this little burst of hydration, whereas the Olay is like this cream. It's a gel, but it feels more like a richer cream. The Olay one feels a lot richer in comparison to the Neutrogena, but the Neutrogena really has this quenching feeling. More of a sensory aspect is what it is. The water gel comes in a glass jar, so that's another difference as well. At the end of the day, it's a matter of personal preference which one you end up liking, but this is how they differ in terms of the ingredients. My personal experience using them, I did get pilling with the Olay one. The Olay one has niacinamide. If you're sensitive, that is not for you, but they both hydrate. And the outcome also that I didn't emphasize at the beginning of the video, because I was so enraged by what I just spent time doing, when your skin has better water content in it, then you get a diminishment of these little fine, what I like to call dehydration lines. Basically, when the skin gets dry, you get these little lines, little wrinkles. So it can plump, smooth, hydrate, and firm the skin just by better water content. I'm telling you, consistent moisturizing can be a game changer. Let me know in the comments though, have you tried either of these? Did you even know that these things existed? Because it's confusing, right? Like, tell me I'm not the only one. Especially when you go shopping in the stores, and a lot of times, especially Olay in the drugstores these days, is behind closed doors, lock and key. You can see it through the clear plastic. You know, you kind of gotta stand just right, because there'll be a glare coming from those overhead lights, and you're like, is that hyaluronic acid? It's frustrating. It's frustrating, and those drugstores these days, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen to them. They don't have enough people working there to be opening up all these cages for us, and also be running the register, and also be doing their, you know, pharmacy. They got a pharmacy in the back too. People coming in, hacking up a lung, trying to get their Robitussin, and I don't know. You know, it's a mess. I do not know what is going to happen to the drugstores in the United States, because they seem to be on a downward spiral. Anyway, y'all, I hope this video was informative. I mentioned Neutrogena has the water cream and the water gel. On the end slate, I'm going to put my video comparing and contrasting the two formulas. So if you want to know how the richer one is in comparison to the more lightweight one we talked about today, watch that one next. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.